Hello, 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 heathens. Hello, degenerates. Hello, internets. Welcome back to another lovely episode of Playconomy. We're starting off a little late, but we tried to figure out 3 different games ahead of this, and my professional Mac skills are not coming through today. So apologies on the delay, but we are here. Playconomy, thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm joined by the one, the only, Sam. As you can see, he's with the Drone Galaxy and Cap. But quickly, Sam, introduce yourself real quick, high level, and then we're going to get into playing games, and then we can talk about all the fun things.
No, of course, Ryan, and thanks for having me on. Right, so I'm Sam. I do a couple different things. I'm a partner over at HiveMind. We raised a little bit over $1 billion about a year ago to deploy across all of Web3. I control everything related to gaming venture over there, and so anything touching on that metaverse buzzword or anything really consumer entertainment facing falls under my purview. Then beyond that, I also run Playground Labs, and so that's our venture studio effectively. And over there, we spin out different gaming focused content and infrastructure pieces. So our first major infrastructure piece is the Capital DAO. Cap here shown as the token. And what we do is we build, different ways for large organizations to essentially tackle Web3 gaming asset management. And then beyond that, we also build content pieces. And so our first major content piece, and the subject of this conversation we got here today, is Drone Galaxy. So Project Drone Galaxy is built in combination with the Drone Racing League itself. And it's a fantastic, kind of Mario Kart-esque is how I would say it, kind of inspired by the classics with a new twist. You have that extra third dimensionality. You can fly up, down, left, right. And that really, really lends itself to a much higher skill ceiling. And so we're kind of, positioning this as a proper esports play within the Web3, space. Yeah. And so we've got quite a good amount of interest from both guilds and folks who are, kind of turned on to that type of esports gameplay. And so we're looking to put that out, sometime in late Q1 of 2023. So do, kind of keep your eyes peeled for it. I'm happy to share, a couple early comments on it around here, but I don't want to leak now too much about the game.
We will dig. We will
dig.
dig. So before we actually play the league, we'll watch a little video, the Galaxy Drone Racing League. I'm excited to see that. But a couple quick housekeeping notes. First and foremost, you guys see it up in the top right corner. Sam, I won't associate your face with SX.bet if you don't want to be, but SX.bet, lovely sponsor. If you've been following along, like I know all of you have, the big thing that keeps happening every time I come out with the ad, big marketing comes in and tries to knock me down. They're just holding all of my ads at bay, not letting me into the golden pearly gates of marketing heaven. And so, you know what? I decided that because everyone, they're done with Thanksgiving, they're ready for the Christmas spirit. Maybe I was thinking a little holiday spirit might finally be the key that unlocks the hearts and minds of big marketing and lets me in. So I wrote a little ditty in honor of SX.bet and the holiday season that is fast approaching. Let me cleanse the palate and warm up the vocal cords. 'Twas the night before Betmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The order books were all hung by the chimney with care in the hopes that House Nicholas soon would be there. But before old House Nick arrives in his sleigh, I've got some news that I think you'll want to hear. Yay. With SX.bet, you can bet on all your favorite sports teams, from football to basketball, hockey to soccer. Forget those old memes. And for the esports enthusiasts, we've got you covered. Bet on your favorite players and teams, but don't tell your mother. Shh. But that's not all. We offer crypto and NFT betting. Artifact would have been a good bet because those shoes aren't shipping internationally. Get in on the action with the hottest digital currencies and collect and trade your favorite NFTs. There are endless possibilities, but the fun doesn't stop there. We also offer staking. Earn rewards while you play. It's a win-win situation. And with our user-friendly platform, that should be your only motivation. So why wait? Join SX.bet today in your experience the thrill of the season. Don't just bet the house, be the house, but just listen to reason with SX.bet. The fun never stops. At the horse track, you'll hear hoof clops. That was a tough rhyme. So come on down to sx.bet and show us your might. May your wins be plentiful and your losses beautiful. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a bet night. Scene.
That was excellent, Ryan. That was really, really well crafted and executed.
Thank you, thank you. You know, I'm getting into the holiday cheery spirit, and I figured, you know what? Let's do a little rendition for sx.bet. In what, some gentle prose, some holiday prose.
That's cute. I dig it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I know that we are chatting not about the Christmas spirit or SXFet, and we are actually here to talk a bit about the Drone Racing League. I guess before you sent me this video, and I think it might have been on Telegram, before we dig in, I would love to show this video off to the powers that be to get a little intro. Are we allowed to share it again?
Yeah, please. No, the Twitter one, definitely. Go ahead and share that.
All right, I am pulling that up now, and we can see. Oop, I gotta present my other screen. Share screen. There we go, and get a little video action going. Whoa! All right, before we blow out everyone's ears, here we go. Let's start it over so we get the full effect. Okay, fancy quadcopter. All right. There we go. I like it. Oh, it's going to play on repeat. So we got to stop that. Whoa, 3 million views? Are you serious? Holy smokes. That's a lot of views. That's mighty. Oh, you're on mute, by the way.
Classic problem. Yeah, DRL themselves, they have like a native audience of somewhere around the 300 million mark. So the traction that we expect the game to be getting is substantial, right? So like it's really, really, really intense reach on this.
So do you think it's like people who are like, I would love to be a drone racer, but I don't have the commitment to actually do IRL drone racing? This is a good outlet for me? Or is it just like gamers in general that are targeting, the Mario Kart stuff?
No, I think it's kind of a blend, and it leans towards the first category, right? It's people who are fans of drone racing. Like they think drone racing is awesome. They want to get into this, right? And so, what Project Drone Galaxy is really bringing to the table here is kind of that mid-core, right? So it's not, like the DRL sim, which already exists, which is basically like, you can fly a drone in perfect simulation, which is really hard. Like that game is crazy hard to do, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one-to-one with a real drone. And it's not exactly the same as Mario Kart, right? Which is like a casual, couch game, right? That you play with your friends, and it's not like, really esports oriented. We're really sitting in that mid-core genre, right? So it's midway between the two. You're going to have your familiar, Mario Kart-esque battle racer elements, right? But you're also going to have twists from, traditional esports, things like, Overwatch and Valorant, et cetera, right? So different, rankings and seasonalities that you would expect in a AAA esports type title. And so we're really just trying to, bridge the gap there between, the really casual audience and the really hardcore audience, and offer something that's differentiated just in the middle, right? So right for that mid-core esports fans audience.
All right, I like that. I feel like it's akin to like I know I for a little while I fell deep into the Clash Royale area. Not that the games are similar, but it is like if you're thinking about like esports, right? You have like the fakers and the ninjas of the world like in the top tier, but like there were some esports competitions for the Supercell games.
Yeah.
Very mid-level, like I don't imagine like my mom will be tuning into it and saying like, what was Ninja up to if he's like playing Drone Racing League? But like that is a good, I believe, allegory to what we're thinking. So
I think that's fair. We're really shooting for like, it's easy for anyone to pick up, right? Like anyone can pick this up, but the difficulty ceiling is going to be really hard, right? So like there will be a serious curve to master it at the top level, but anyone can pick up and play it. Just like, League, like we have here today, right? Like anyone can pick up and play it.
We have it lined up. So careful caveat. I did play League a lot back in the day, and I have not played. This is like, I'm talking college years, and I'm going to date myself, but I haven't been in college since the 2000s were in single digits. So here we are.
You have it now. You have it on TFT right now, which is fine. I don't mind. Whichever, if you like normal League or TFT.
No. Wait, where are we going? 5v5 ARAM. Summoner's Rift. That's what we want to do. Confirm. PvP. Are we allowed to do it? There we go. We're in it. Find match. Why is this red? The following members must be level 3 or above.
Oh no, Ryan.
I just signed up. All right, co-op versus AI. Do I need to do this? All right, we're gonna we're on the back end.
We're gonna dunk
play
on some
versus-
AIs here.
Yeah, dunk on some AIs real quick to get my level up.
That's
Get a good training
hilarious. Okay.
session in. All right. I am the best gamer, by the way. It's just so you all know. Ooh,
That's
Seraphine.
okay.
I like her. So this is Sam. Luckily you talk about video games every day, which is why I made this show. You'll be running into this as well. I have 2 small children. Then when I would have been gaming the hardest, I actually lived in Thailand for a couple years, so the access to decent Wi-Fi to dunk on all them noobs wasn't as robust as I had hoped back in the day. So a lot of my accounts are on an old computer from a long time ago. Oh, I gotta lock in. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm a good support. Let's see. Edit emotes. What spells do we got? Ooh.
We have no tanks, but we won't need them.
I
don't need tanks.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessary.
Probably don't need AI as well. Hopefully this. Let me see if I gotta present on a new screen. Hold on, everyone. Present on. It opened up a new window. Window. Where is it? Oh, it's just taking over my entire screen over there. Share. There we go. All right. I just upgraded the internet. I'm feeling good about a 54 millisecond ping. And let me, just so I'm not looking down in the ether, let me move this around a little bit so we can get some better angles on my jawline, as it were. But all right, so you're building a couple things, right? As we're about to dominate some AIs. You're building a couple things. Talk to me about the Drone Racing League. Where are you guys at? What are you guys doing? Is Playground Labs leading this charge? I know there's Algorand partnered. I guess talk to me about a few of those things.
Yeah, there's a ton of moving parts. So first of all, right, the game itself, Drone Galaxy, is being built by Playground Labs, right? And so we team up with both our internal developers who, are blockchain specialists, security specialists, right? We have a full stack internally who deals with the complexities that really go into the back end of these enterprises. And then we also work with, external art houses and Unity developers to build out some of the more, gameplay oriented elements.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I got to turn it down too a little bit.
Right,
but yeah, so net, right? So Playground Labs develops the game, and then the Drone Racing League really brings the firepower, on the kind of full brand and marketing experience. And so, in our position right now, we see the Drone Racing League as, frankly, the most important component of the situation, because it really is the fantasy, right? That you can step into the shoes of one of these pilots, in kind of this mid-core game,
Right.
And you can play against in an esports friendly fashion against all these different competitors, but in this kind of fantasy format. And so, like I said, we're really shooting for that, kind of mid-core esports friendly audience who they're not going to be the same players who, necessarily play in the Drone Racing League simulator, right? Those really hardcore players. And they're also not going to be the same players that necessarily want to sit at home and play Mario Kart on a couch, right? It's the group in the middle who's really passionate about esports and these kind of casual to mid-core games is what I would say.
Yeah. And so
what character are you? I don't even know what this is.
I'm Seraphine. You just gotta follow your song inside, my guy.
Okay. We're gonna have to split up. Nobody's going top. Here, you take mid. I'll go top.
All right. Well, yeah, they have a jungler going. All right, I'll sit with mid. Gotta get my final hits in. The one thing I do remember is you gotta kill him at the last hit. All these creeps.
You do got to kill him. Carlos, I see you down there in the chat. Oh my God, I am already getting rushed up here.
Are you? By the AI?
It's fine. Right. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Right,
That's okay. It's all right. They say that SBF during his calls was playing League.
Did you see that? I have to call this out. The Frank with the block. His interview.
Yeah?
If you look at the video of that interview, it 100% looks like he is actually just playing League while he's talking with Frank.
That
And
is
Frank's
actually
asking like,
hilarious.
yeah, he's like, Frank's like asking him like, hey, do you like just talking about morality? Like, do you feel bad if someone hurts someone else? Like, do you feel that they should be punished? And he's just sitting there like, you could just hear like button mash, button
Click,
mash,
click, click.
like,
Yeah.
and then like the screen's like flashing a bunch of things, and he's just like not answering questions. It's so like this situation is terrible by all means, but it is that was such a funny interview because it's like
That is actually hilarious.
you can't like you can't not see that he's playing League while talking like to Frank from the block.
I mean, this is kind of my favorite format for for interviews in general. Is like, I wish everyone would just play a game at the same time as doing an interview. But I think that's kind of like maybe an ADD thing or like a gamer thing, to actually want that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like my gut is so there's the reason that I wanted to do this in the first place is there's the mistake is the show. Have you seen the show The Hot Ones?
Yeah, with the
like
wings, right?
they interview movie people in the industry and then they eat hot wings. Like the
Mhm.
hot wings are the premise behind that is the hot wings are like these people give interviews all day every day, so they're very canned with
Mhm.
all of their responses. The hot wings introduce this element of like change, and so it knocks them off of their track a few times. And so then you get more legit responses. And so what my thought was, I play video games or like talk about video games. So like, why don't I play video games with people who are like normally very canned responses and then give them the ability to like get knocked off their rocker a little bit while I'm talking. The thing that sucks about that is I'm not good enough at any of the games. Yeah, see, I'm not good enough at
Ryan,
any
you're
of the
dying
games.
to the bots. This is not good.
I know, sorry. See, the thing is, I'm not good enough, and then I get distracted on all the tough questions that I want to ask, and so like it actually backfires on me more than it backfires on anyone else, which is part of the
Oh my
problem.
goodness.
Okay, what do I need to do? Let's get this generally good. Okay, how do I purchase? All right, purchasing that. Let's get this one. Tear of Goddess. I like that. All right, there we go. All right, I'm out of here now. Let's go mid. So you guys are partnering. You guys have your team that's building it out? What's like the? It sounds like you're making this a pretty robust game. You have a built-in following, so like you kind of want to deliver. What's like the timeline? What are you guys focusing on?
Yeah, we're targeting late Q1.
Seriously,
And
for like
yeah,
full
so
game or beta?
yeah, so I would describe it as you could describe it as an open beta. We don't want to oversell it too badly, and that's just because we're sensitive to the way that games have been marketed in crypto in the past, right? Like it's been gross. It has not felt good. So what we're doing is we're really just trying to over deliver with the product at the end, and so that's why we haven't come out over the top with just like obscene marketing to date. But what you will see is that over the next 2 months, the marketing is really going to start ramping up. So we actually just finished the trailer today too, and so we'll be releasing that at some point.
You're not allowed to release it today on stream here tonight.
No, I cannot. I think marketing would kill me.
All right, that's fair enough.
Oh man, I haven't played League in so long. I completely forgot to buy any items.
Right, I know. It's been so long, but it's cool to like get back. Like, man, and I'm so glad that I made this this show because I don't get to do this anymore normally. This is like very out of
play
the norm.
games.
Yeah, just like go back, dominate some nubs, and just get it done. Level up, nice. Oops, wrong button. All right. So what else do you? So Drone Racing League. What excites you the most about this? Like, I assume with Playground Labs, you guys are working on a few different games, or is it you just take on one project at a time?
No, so we do have an internal group that also pursues other smaller opportunities. And the way we do it is we prototype core game loops and we evaluate if they actually fit, like a playable thesis set.
Right.
And if they do, right, then we take it bigger. And so we bring in, bigger guns and firepower on that. So no, we do have some others that are under wraps. And if we end up liking the core game loop, then we'll talk about it later. But with respect to, Project Drone Galaxy, I think the most promising thing about it, first and foremost is like the extra dimension of gameplay just makes it so much fun, right? Like having Mario Kart, essentially, that type of battle racer that's been so popular with a number of other titles, right? Like we've seen
Right.
title after title approach these battle racers. But when you add in this extra permanent verticality to it, it makes it such a complex gameplay ceiling.
Sorry, got to kill.
Did you get him? Oh, nice.
Got
It makes it such like a higher complexity ceiling that
Right.
we're really, really excited to see how it plays out as a proper esport. And then even beyond that, right? Like you're going to have these Web3 mechanics, like,
Yeah, so not that
yeah,
I think games should be about the Web3, but it's always interesting to hear like how people think differently about the Web3 mechanics.
it's a really important part of it in as much that, first of all, Web3 is completely optional in the game.
Really?
And so what I mean by that is you don't have to buy like a $1,000 NFT in order to play the game. You're going to be able
What is the
to
game even building if I'm not spending $1,000 to jump in and play?
What even is this? Like they're it's going to have free to play onboarding, right? Which is like we're going to that massive audience, that massive dedicated audience of users. And they will be able to immediately onboard into the game and play the core game loop, and then on their own, when they want to, they're going to be able to mint their assets as NFTs and kind of join Web3 in that capacity. And then even before that, they're also going to be able to make maps, which they can also optionally own as NFTs as well. And those maps, as people play on top of them, as people play on top of those maps, they're going to earn royalties as well. And so there's a number of like different overlapping considerations, but the overarching theme is we want to welcome Web2 players into Web3. So we don't want to stop them from joining in any way. So we're going at it with like a traditional open arms Web2 strategy, and then you can convert to Web3 on your own terms, and it's very, very important to us to capture that, 3.5 billion gamer audience that naturally exists.
Right. That's cool. So like the people who are diehards, they can really buy into the game, right? They can get the maps / land. Is that like
that's right?
And then like if a player is good enough and they want to like make some money at it, they can go in and race their drones, level them up. I assume there
will be certain leveling mechanics. We won't disclose the full extent of those yet, and that's partially because they actually interact with a different set of gameplay mechanics. And so there's the racing mode is actually just what we call the first module. So when we build these games, we try to build it in a very community open friendly framework, which means like the first module is going to be deployed, which is the racing module. But there's actually 3 additional modules that are being built behind the scenes behind that, which we'll talk about later. And the net impact of that is that the assets, obviously, that you have from the first module are also usable in all of the preceding modules. So it's kind of like an overlapping ecosystem of games inside of the one game itself.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. But then if I'm just like everyday player, I can just log in, just do my races, invite a party of friends and get it done. And like no need to incorporate NFTs or that scary word to all those people. I guess not all those people
100%
anymore, because now they're all NFT owners. But yes.
Yeah, they just don't know it, right? It's digital collectibles.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So is this involved with Cap in any capacity?
So not directly, right? So Playground Labs is a development company, and so what Playground Labs does is it provides services to these DAOs essentially. And so Capital DAO is a proper DAO. It's an entity on its own, which is controlled by the Capital Foundation, which is external to us entirely. And so that relationship definitely will be kind of indirectly beneficial to the Drone Galaxy ecosystem, in as much that Cap will certainly be listing Drone Galaxy inside of the app, right? So like guilds who are using Cap actively will be able to play Drone Galaxy and use it for asset management inside of the Cap app. Basically, as soon as the game launches is kind of the message.
Nice.
And that's just because, the teams talk a lot and the teams are relatively familiar with the tech stacks that each other are using. And so it's an easy integration. So net, what you should hear is like the guilds who are actively using the Cap app will also have access to easily deploy into Drone Galaxy on day one.
Nice. Okay, that's cool. That's really awesome. So what, if you had to choose your baby, Cap or Drone Racing League, which one are you more?
No, that's an unfair question. I can't answer that one. You almost got me with
Fair
that
enough.
one.
Fair enough. Did you kill someone at the same time? So I was a little distracting at the time. All right.
Oh yeah, I did. No, I just whacked someone. I don't know if I'm gonna get. Oh, I got away from that one too.
Luckily, the tower did the work for me. Yeah. Oh, Jorge Arcade. This looks dope. If you're still paying attention, yes, this is League of Legends, a very robust non-weather game. But it's a good one. It's what got me into gaming. Actually, what really got me into gaming was I played Dota when it was still a Warcraft 3 mod.
Yeah, same.
And so that was where it was at for me. Purchase this. This one looks good as well. All right. I feel like we're doing good. I feel like we're doing all right.
Yeah, if we weren't, I'd be concerned.
Yeah. Although it is 8-7, which is a little.
It is 8-7. Yeah.
I'm like facing like a tanky guy in the middle, and I'm a support character. So
do you? I can switch if you want to take.
No,
if you want to
no,
take
no,
top,
no,
we can switch.
no, it's not that. I'm just saying like I feel like I'm holding my own against a tanky boy. We just got a lot of gold on that one. Whoa.
Oh, our bot is getting eviscerated.
Yeah. Haha! I'm feeling good about this. All right, I'm getting back into the swing. I've been playing too many first-person shooters recently because that's what every NFT game seems to be nowadays.
Yeah, they're relatively straightforward to set up, these FPSs.
Yeah.
I do think that's why we've seen a lot of them.
Right, and then there's like the Fortnite angle, right? It's like, let's be the next Fortnite.
Yeah.
But it's ruining my MOBA experience. I'm a real-time strategy MOBA player, all right? Those are my go-tos. That and in cozy games. Oh man.
Cozy games are tough to beat though. Everybody is a cozy game player.
Yeah, you just keep farming, you keep saving the city, whatever city you're in. I did get introduced to this one cozy game. One is Sunflower Land, which we will have on next week on the 14th. You are what?
We're big fans of the group over there.
Yeah?
We think that they do really neat stuff. Yeah, I really like the way they develop.
All right. They're really trying to come at me over here.
Oh, you got the whole gang down there. Wow.
I know. They were really trying to come at me. He's teleporting to my tower. Oh man, you're dominating. There you go. Whew, it was getting a little spicy. Oh man, come on, guy. Wait, come on. These AIs, I went on intermediate. I should have gone on beginner for all these other folks.
Well, what I'm actually impressed with is our bots seem to be like talking somehow. Like they're actually sending messages in the chat.
Wait, are they?
Like yeah, they like they're pinging like on the way. And like some of them said,
hey, I think we're playing with like real people.
Oh no, we're playing with real people.
Yeah. So it's like us. It's us three versus bots. But yeah, that would be.
Okay.
Chat GPT has entered the game.
I was really impressed. I was like, wow, they advanced this a lot.
Yeah, man. Chat GPT rolls out and they're hitting on. Yeah, that's really funny. Oh, is there a hero or something over here? What's going on? But yeah, so Sunflower Land, we're having them on next week. They're like launching their new version of their game on the 15th, and so we're having them on the 14th.
Nice, that's exciting.
Good job.
We got them.
So that'll be good. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then My Neighbor Alice is another one that I got introduced to recently. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have seen it. I haven't really ever dug into it though, to be honest. But I'm familiar with the name. Yeah.
It has like what kind of
my God,
vibes am I thinking about? Oh. Trying to heal you up as much as I can. There we go. Get him. There we
Nice.
go.
Nice.
All right. Feel good spamming them spells. Let's go get some. Let's go get some items. What's the quick hit for stage presence?
B. I
B.
think TPs are back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the cozy games to come out because like NFT cozy games will be interesting to me. Like I can't tell you how many hours I've poured into Stardew Valley. I can't tell you.
I know. Yeah, have you tried oh nuts. I forgot the name of it. Sunhaven, I think.
Sunhaven. I have not. I gotta
So
check
if you
that
like
out.
Stardew, go try Sunhaven.
Okay, I will. So like one of the things that I've been thinking about, so this is not, we can get into the esoteric parts of this, parts of like player ownership and everything. One of the things that I've been trying to figure out, one of the every game that I'm talking to, every owner, builder, founder, they're all like, okay, we need to get new users, especially in the bear market. And it's like people are playing games more in a bear market than they are, and so like, how do you attract the traditional gamer? And so like, there's a part of me that thinks like, if you can get like a pretty, not like a super robust, but like a cozy game that's like story driven. Like, have you played Shadow of the Colossus, or like all of those like classic games that are just like super good? They're not like super in depth, but it's like 4 hours to 8 hours. You're in and out. This beautiful storyline. Could that onboard more players than trying to make the next Fortnite right now?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. To be honest, the monetization setups there with Web3 are going to be interesting to consider.
Yeah, like a story driven
because
one.
I don't actually know what that shapes up to look like, right? Like you maybe can buy optional NFTs in the game or something, commemorative items. But the thing with Web3 ownership is that a lot of it is predicated on you can own these assets permanently and potentially trade them. And I know that we don't like to talk about speculation a lot, right? Like it has, mixed impact.
Connotations.
Yeah, the kind of, but at the end of the day, what people do want is the ability to trade these assets. And so I do think in single player games, that part does get to be complex. So where I kind of shake out on it is still on the multiplayer side, but just not driving towards people purchasing NFTs, like forcing people. Oh God, that was a bad move on my part. Yeah. Forcing people to buy NFTs is just not going to go well. Oh no.
I'm outrunning the little creeps. Ooh, legendary. Nice. All right, I got to get out there. Sorry, dude.
That's okay. That's okay.
That got intense. Double kill. It's a good thing we're playing with you. No, I hear you. And so there's a thesis that I have on that, right? Is like, so Gala Games, they have a good network. They have this one game. I haven't really seen anything about it, but Betwixt, and they mention it as like a kind of story driven whatever. And what I like about, what I think about this kind of setup, Gala aside, is the idea that if I'm in an ecosystem and there's a story driven game, you get some soul bound NFTs from the storyline if you do certain things that like don't necessarily have like massive perks or whatever, but you have the ability to like wear skins or have like outfits or whatever that are in these other bigger multiplayer games that are and people are like, oh, like I see that you have completed Stardew Valley, or like, you've unlocked the, oh shoot, I'm there we go. All right. But like that I think is compelling, because then it's still like, it's not, other than like, tags or trophies, right? Hey, there you are. I forgot that you can teleport to a minion. Is that a thing?
Yeah, if you take teleport as your summoner spell.
Oh, okay. There you go. Like I think that has a lot of use, because a lot of the single players, right, they want to do it for this, like they still want to have a sense of community even though it's a single player game. They want to talk about the experience, they want to talk about their run through, they want to talk about that stuff. And
yeah,
if I go into Fortnite and have a skin, I can immediately see someone else that's like, now I know you're my friend, we both played this game and we both like did this thing. Like I think that's cool.
I agree. The issue that those types of things run into when anytime you talk about interoperability, this kind of comes up, right, is because it requires a counterparty to opt into your system and to sharing your system. And if you guys are not on equal footing, there's not a lot of incentive for them to do that. So, like, for example, Fortnite does this thing all the time, right? Like, Fortnite loves to do this because they are on equal footing with like some big guys.
Right.
But if a smaller Fortnite wanted to ask, The Witcher or whoever showed up in recent Fortnite seasons, The Witcher would say no, right?
Right.
And so you're kind of in the situation where you have to rely on other people wanting to opt into your ecosystem, which may be tricky. But it ultimately may also work out. Like it's tough to say, but it is. You do have to acknowledge that like you're basically asking other people to use your stuff, and people won't always want to use your stuff.
Nice
Oh my
done.
god, one hit. No, I died at 13 kills. Oh my
Dang, dude.
god.
Shut down.
Mess. But yeah, and that's kind of the problem, right? Is like because I would love that too.
So I guess so that's why I think like getting into that ecosystem and somehow like the way Gala Games has it already set up, if you're like in that could be interesting. Because it's all like on that same chain already. So there's that I guess there's some level of interoperability.
No, within Gala, like huge interoperability, right? Like I guarantee you, like if you have an asset in one game, you will definitely get something in a different game in Gala. That is very possible.
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of that. That's the thing is I want to I think you're right. How do you interlay the single player aspect and story to this? Oops, that's not WASD to move. How do you do that interoperability, that kind of stuff? And so that is, I don't know. Have you seen any good everyone's focused on multiplayer games, but you look at a lot of games that you might invest in some capacity. Have you seen any good single player games that have come about or like that have had?
No, I mean, to be honest, I actually have not seen a compelling single player Web3 case. And that's just because a lot of Web3 dynamics are just like so social that I don't think it's really a builder's first thought is like, I'm going to make a siloed single player experience. That doesn't make it wrong though. Things that I have seen that are kind of single player, and I've noodled around with building some stuff like this before too. But like leaderboard based single player games, so like roguelites, right? Where it is effectively single player, but there's like a multiplayer leaderboard, if you will. That is workable. But like a real pure single player experience, like a Shadow of the Colossus or something like that, I have not seen a compelling one quite yet.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I think the person that unlocks that can do like, I'm thinking about like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like it's mostly single player, but they also have the element of they do have the multiplayer stuff that came out later. Like that could be an interesting use case too. It's like we're planning on building out the multiplayer eventually, but we want to build this like super story driven.
Yeah. And frankly, with the kind of use case of trading here that we're talking about, where people like to own their assets, for speculative purposes or not, the idea that eventually this will be used for multiplayer, maybe that might give those players enough juice to consider doing it.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I just, I just want to be my little farmer in my little corner, moving away from the big city. It's actually funny because also in another life, I was a shipping container farmer, and I can tell you, I have eaten enough veggies for my life, and I have given up on vegetables.
That is wild. Okay.
Much to the chagrin of everyone in my life, but I'm not a meat. Now I'm just a meatitarian, straight up carnivore. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but it was we grew hydroponic greens and sold them to Whole Foods around the DC metropolitan area.
Is that as profitable as everyone says? Like I always see these stories of people like actually having pretty good success doing exactly that.
A lot of the people that are having success are the ones who have figured out the grants from the agricultural department. So I know there's like a big hydroponic rooftop garden on top of Whole Foods in Brooklyn, and that one is the only reason it's profitable is because of grants. They're operating at a loss. At least they were when I was doing it. Come on, guys, get in there and make some kills. I think we're about to win, guys. This is a tough match. But here we are. Here we are. We're doing it. Is that a sneak at? Can you just run through there? I didn't know that. All right, that feels good. Oh, I don't want to be the first one in there. I know. Hey, there you go. You did it. All right, here we go for the win. Get in there. Feeling strong. Maybe I'm level 3 finally.
Oh, look, the bots did talk at the end. They said, "I will never give up."
There we go. Victory. Feels good. All right, let's see. I might stop sharing my screen because it'll do it. That's the one issue. If you're out there and you're listening League of Legends, shifting windows is tough when, honor a teammate. I'll honor you. Here you go. Stayed cool. Great shot calling. GG's. There we go. Classic GG's. Gotta give you the G's. I gotta level up. 450 blue essence. Summoner Rift blind pick. There we go. I did it.
Oh, now we can play a real game? Okay.
I did it. But it is getting late and my bedtime is right around the corner. We are rounding the corner at 9:30. Next time we'll have to play some real people as opposed to bots.
That's completely okay, Ryan. This has been a ton of fun, man. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, my cat has joined the conversation as well.
Hey, what's up? The cat has entered the building. Player 2. Well, this was a lot of fun. We should do this again sometime. I guess, where can everyone find you? What should they be paying attention for that you're working on?
Sure. I mean, I recommend, you can follow me on Twitter at Sam Peurifoy, and then you also should probably go follow the Drone Racing League because they will be putting out announcements and marketing related to Drone Galaxy here momentarily, and they will have much more fun things to say that are already cleared by marketing that I will not spoil, and so I won't get in any trouble for that. But no, next time. Yeah, almost. But next time that you have me on, I can almost guarantee you that we will have some very, very exciting gameplay stuff to share.
That'll be fun. Hopefully, we can get in and play beta. That would be great. And then
I think that we can promise something like that.
Okay. Well, very cool. Well, only follow Sam after you followed me on Twitter. That's a very important first step. And thank you all. This has been a lot of fun. We should do this again. I think there's a sneaky part of me that's like, we should talk about Web3 things, playing Web2 games, and get a bunch of Twitch streamers that don't know what they're talking about. And
I'm probably gonna go stream Fortnite to my guys after this. Like,
there we go.
we'll get it in.
I know. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't play Fortnite because I'm on a Mac, and the version is not good enough for all the people out there who are wondering. So I was gonna try my hand for the first time at Fortnite tonight. But thanks for coming on, everyone out there. Play economy. As you know, I love you all individually and equally, unlike my children. But thank you. It's been real. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.
See you, gang.